So for some strange reason outside my flat, all the police just decide to come along and try and check for things and do all the things that they can. I'm recording here. Stop with the sirens, please. I'm just trying to do my case. So now whenever you talk about the classics, there's a game that always forever lives rent-free in my head, and it is The Simpsons Hit and Run. Radical Entertainment gave us one of the greatest sandbox collectathon games of all time. And if you know, you know, because it was one of those games that you played just before you were old enough to play GTA. It's all our parents would buy us. Standard procedures. And we rocked through those locations as Homer, Bart, Lisa, Marge, and Apu. And you know how the game felt. Driving felt great, walking around felt great, the level structure felt great, and collecting those secret cards for those bonus levels, that was the bang. But you see, now that's where Terry comes in. Because Terry is capturing that whole entire vibe of that particular game and games like it that we miss for the longest time. Nostalgia is running true with this one, and it's those feelings of pure, unbridled stupidity that just remind us of being 10 again. And there's one core element, one core mission that a guy like Terry needs to accomplish in this game. He needs to go to space. I don't know how he's going to do it in that little taxi. Be sure I'm going to find out. It's your boy Mindstate here, and here's a little micro review of Tiny Terror's Turbo Trip. Try and say that 4 times, try it, trust me. I'm going to be alleviating methods to figure out ways how to talk and say that a lot easier later on. Anyway, let's get to the video. So I played an hour of Terry's journey after discovering it at WSD this year, and I think I can break down the overall vibe with TQ'd for you right in this short little dialogue sequence. So check it out. I take it you're also looking for a job. I need a car. Oh yes, a job with a lease car. Just a car, without a job if possible. I see. Are you going to drive that car anywhere specific? Space! Of course, space. Very cool, sir. Yep.
What is he doing?
That's what you need to know about the game. That's it. It's that simple. And the credits. I'm done with the video. Now, but on the real, Tiny Terror is one of the funniest games I've played in a long time. And the world of Sprankle Water is not only in itself a hilarious name for a town. Sprankle? Water? Sprinkle. Wasser. Strewwasser. It's one of the funnest microbiomes I've ever immersed myself in. With places like the Gummy Pop Resting Grounds, the Xantota Plains, and who could forget? Binnerot. Yep, that's what it's called. Your goal, Terry, is to collect as much junk as possible to quite literally boost yourself to space. And with a couple of games like Orange Soccer, bullying children with a pipe and helping Petra produce the Gummy Pops, you've got more than enough quests to embark on with the Sprankle Waterins. Sprankle Waterins? I'm never going to use it. Sprankle Waterins. Waterians. However we say it. Tiny Terror really remind me of something. We're having a resurgence of 3D platformers, and I'm fully here for it. With a quick search on Steam, games like Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Cavern of Dreams, Penny's Big Breakaway, A Hat in Time, and Wavetail are fully immersing us back in the world of childhood whimsy that we've been missing for a long time. And it's games like Tea Times 4 that we need nowadays. Short, concise bursts of nothing but fun that cut through the overabundance of UE5 serious mature titles that all deserve to exist but keep us in a state of rhythm that doesn't encourage one core emotion that we all love, which is twatting things with a big stick. Or in this case, a crowbar. Also, you don't want to know how many times it took me to actually get that. I mean, also aside from the twatting, you get this 5-piece ensemble that I found in the City Hall that talk about the real feelings that we feel as millennials on a daily basis. How appropriate. How accurate. How dreamy. But back to Terry, I mean, look at him. Look at his big goofy face. Who can't love an individual with such a simple task? However, collecting junk with this absolute legend isn't as simple as breaking apart a couple of cars and seeing the parts. You gotta go on a search, and our minimap has various question marks that aid the process of said search. Brilliant. So in the search of junk, I found junk in the City Hall, I found it here on a rooftop, even here in this expertly hidden spot on a beach island, and there's junk everywhere. But this is also why Tiny Terry functions as a capitalist, minimalist protest game for the political commentary on why recycling will save the world. I know I wrote it in as a joke, but it's quite apt. I think the term, another man's junk is one man's treasure, definitely appropriate. Because this man needs junk to go to space. Do not let him down, goddammit. On top of improving the car with junk, you might just find all sorts of other useful junk. At Junk It with Jack, the junk store full of junk that you might just find useful. On top of this, All the junk stores around Spranklewater have a Jack in them, but this particular Jack doesn't have a store. He just resells junk. Capitalism. Speaking of capitalism, the world doesn't all run on junk, you know. You can go around digging for money with a shovel, then buy more junk. Oh, why not get yourself a hat from the hat shop? I got myself these goggles. I think they'll function nicely in the outer atmosphere. But also in a stark contrast to said capitalism, you can find a chap named Greenclap who teaches you yoga. And honestly, it's probably the only adult in the game that actually takes Terry any seriously. How lovely. Now you've got all this junk, what do? Go and visit Zamfri's garage. Every batch of 150 junk you give him will give you a turbo up. And that lets you go fast AF, boy! And who better to send you on your quest than the mayor of Spranklewater himself, who sort of suggests that you can go to space up in this giant building that has roads on the side of it for no apparent reason other than pure aesthetics, and then physically inflates himself and now lives in the outer atmosphere. This happens in the game. I burst out laughing. In my flat. Alone. In the heat. It was good. But in closing, something hit my heart pretty deeply in this game. One of the optional locations in the game is a place that I had previously made fun of, Binnenrot. And in Binnenrot is Terry's flat that he shares with his parents. It's pretty cool to come home and check where T lives. But I noticed something on the tabletop in his kitchen. Now you see, Terry isn't just doing this for the banter. He's not just doing it for the laughs. There's a letter on the table, and it's from his parents. His mum produced a letter, telling him how she and his father are disappointed with his grades. And then later, you'll find out why. And then later, you'll find out that this is just like a familiar Christmas time movie that we all know and love. But no spoilers, you hear? So that's it, people. TTT in a nutshell is a game about boosting yourself to space by running around like a child, collecting things, hitting things, and doing a bunch of random tasks, like boosting stolen cars with that looter. But remember, they can't contain a living person in them. They have to be abandoned, obviously. But most of all, it's a game about the yearning that we have as a child, to prove that we can do the one thing that we all want to do as a kid. Be an adult and find purpose in our own life. Living in the real world, all on our own. And if that sounds like a bit of you should definitely check it out. First off, I want to give a big thanks to Snetflat, Super Rare Games, and the guys at Dead Good Media for giving me a copy of the game. If you enjoyed this incredibly disjointed sales pitch, you can cop the Turbo Trip on Steam. Thanks for watching, nerds. Do me a favor and like, comment, and subscribe for more of this nonsense. In a bit, guys. See you soon. Peace.